a new country is disruptive. The uproot, settling, culture shock, and the uphill battle of rebuilding from scratch. But what if I told you that you don't have to stay in survival mode? That there's a blueprint you can use to go from surviving to thriving. My name is Seun Akinlotan, your favorite life coach dedicated to helping upwardly mobile business and career women bloom in all aspects of life. In today's video, I'm sharing actionable steps immigrant women can use to go from surviving to thriving. Let's dive in. Why do immigrant women struggle so much? There are a number of factors that affect us as immigrant women. So, for example, when you relocate newly from your home country, you have to struggle with career challenges. Your degree from your home country might be unacceptable in your new country. You might not have enough experience for the field that you're trying to pivot to. You might not even know where the jobs are or how to apply. So career struggle is a real struggle that a lot of people have. What about loneliness? A lot of people become lonely, especially women. They become lonely when they relocate from their home country to a new country. You're missing your family. Maybe you're single. You're missing your siblings. You're missing your parents. If you are married, you might also be missing your siblings and your extended family. There is always one thing or the other that keeps your heart drawn to your own country, drawn to your own people. So loneliness is a big deal. What about identity issues? Identity is a big deal. You don't know whether to conform or whether to stand firm in the identity that you've built over time. So that might be a little bit of a struggle, or sometimes it might be a big deal for some women. So identity issues are a big struggle. Another struggle is you have no mentors to show you, someone to hold your hands or people to hold your hands and show you the way, telling you this is what you should do, this is the next step. And that might be hard. Even in these days of you have information at your fingertips, it's always better when you have a mentor. And immigrant women struggle with not having a mentor, especially if you don't have extended family in your new country that can guide and protect you as you try to navigate the new terrain that you found yourself. However, there is good news. Despite all the struggles that I just listed as examples, and I'm sure there might be more struggles that people are going through, but despite all these struggles, there is good news. And the good news is that there are a lot of immigrant women that have gone from surviving to thriving. We're going to explore some strategies that they used in going from surviving to thriving so that you too can start moving from surviving to thriving. When I was a new immigrant in this country, one of the topmost things on my mind was to go back to school. I wanted to earn my master's degree, but as I began to talk to people, I found out that there were a lot of voices that were trying to tell me which way to go, and those voices were conflicting with my own internal conviction. In the end, and thankfully, I was able to stand firm in what I believed in, and it has worked for me. So let us explore some strategies that you can use to go from surviving to thriving. I think the first thing any woman should do, any immigrant woman should do, is to build a resilient mindset. What do I mean by that? The plans that you have before you relocated, some of those plans might need to be shelved or put aside. What do I mean by that? There's a way that you view a new destination. If you have not visited that destination, you seem to have everything plotted out in your head. But by the time you land, you realize that this is not a child's play, or you might need to pivot. You might need to put aside some things. You might need to become more adaptable. And if you are not resilient enough, it might make you to quit along the way, or it might make you to settle for less than what you deserve or less than your capacity. So building a resilient mindset, saying to yourself that despite all I see around me, despite any obstacle that I encounter, I am going to keep pushing. I am going to keep pressing in the direction of my goals. One of the ways that I I've built a resilient mindset is to know what God says concerning me. God says that I am a chosen generation. I am a royal priesthood. He says that before He formed me, He knew me. So that tells me that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Therefore, whatever I set my heart to do, I am able to accomplish it, even if I have constraints that might not make me to accomplish those things immediately. I think it's so important, because if you have that resilient mindset, it will help you to choose the right career. It will help you to build something out of nothing. It will help you to settle down really quickly and move on from surviving to thriving. Once you've built a resilient mindset, the next thing is to think about your career and start owning it. What do I mean by that? First and foremost, the experience you have from your home country might not be applicable in your new country. That means that you need to start thinking about, do you want to continue in the path that you've started from your own home country, or do you want to pivot based on your current circumstances? That can be a hard place to be, or a hard decision to make, especially when it comes to pivoting or staying in the path. It was something that I experienced myself. I was able to stay in the path that I had from my home country, but your own case may be different. Maybe the path you had in your own country is not applicable here, or you might find out that you're ready to pivot. A lot of people pivot from whatever career they had in their own country. They pivot to healthcare, because healthcare is kind of easy, not easy, but it's easier to get into healthcare in a new country, and it's one way to help you to start making money fast, right? But what if you don't want to go into healthcare? What if healthcare is not your thing? There are some other career choices that you can make. I know that in America, for example, computer sciences, computer engineering, biomedical engineering seems to be a good career as well. However, I would say that do your research. Before you enroll in school, before you enroll in your courses, be sure to speak with the enrollment or admission advisors so that they are able to tell you the courses you need to take and the courses you don't need to take. I'm saying this because for me, when I was in Nigeria, I already took a lot of courses that could have been applied to my master's degree. But because I lacked the information, I lacked guidance, I took those courses again. And guess what? I had to pay for them. You don't have to pay for certain things if you have already fulfilled the requirements. So make sure you are properly analyzing your results. I'm sure you've heard about World Education Services, especially for those of you that might have a bachelor's degree from your home country. You want to send your certificate directly from your own country school to World Education Services so that they can help you to analyze it and align it to the requirements of the US. I'm speaking specifically now about those of you that have a bachelor's degree. And I know that for some specialized degrees like engineering, there might be another evaluation body in the United States or maybe in the new country you relocated to that might be responsible for evaluating your result. But the most important thing is that your result from your home country is not invalid. You can still use it. All you need to do is to ask questions. Then, when you start looking for a job, be sure, especially if you find a job in the private sector, be sure to negotiate your salary. Refrain from the temptation of accepting the first offer. Private sectors typically give room for negotiation. Negotiation of salaries, make sure you are negotiating your salary. Conduct your research, do your due diligence before you accept any offer that is given to you. If you work in a government establishment, typically those salaries or compensation are predetermined. There's little to nothing that you can do about that. But if you are given an offer or you are interviewing in a private organization, please know that you have that opportunity to negotiate your salary. It all depends on how you package yourself, the number of years of experience that you've accumulated or acquired over the years. That will help you to know what you are worth in the marketplace. I I shared a video previously about the Smart Woman's Guide to Earning More in 2025. That video might be helpful for you if you're looking to learn how to negotiate. And also we have the Power Woman Experience Foundation, which is a non-profit that educates, empowers, and elevates women who are striving for personal and professional growth. The Power Woman Experience Foundation can assist you with building your resume, preparing you for interviews, and also coaching you on how to negotiate your compensation at the workplace. Let's move on to the next one. The next one would be that you should have multiple streams of income. Immigrant women, please hear me and hear me well. If you follow the world trend right now, a lot of companies are downsizing, they are laying off workers. So all this idea of job security is being thrown out of the window overnight. You want to make sure that you have multiple streams of income. Now, I know it might be hard with running the family, taking care of kids if you have kids, or just juggling multiple things together. But I implore you that as you search for and gain employment, please have something that you are thinking about on the side, or start doing them on the side that can earn you extra income, so that if anything happens without advance notice, you can quickly adjust. You know, if you move from your country to a new country, chances are you have to pay bills. And if you are fired from your job, or if you are let go, or if your company decides to downsize, it might affect you negatively. So you want to make sure that you are earning multiple streams of income. How do you earn multiple streams of income? You can watch the video that I shared last week about earning multiple streams of income, but I think it's very important and I wanted to highlight it in this video as well. The next one is building your financial capacity. I'm not a financial expert, I'm saying that up front, but one thing you can do to secure your future is to be financially stable. I encourage savings from day one that you start earning an income in your new country. Please save $50, whatever it is you can afford. $50, in fact, you can save $20 bi-weekly. If you're getting paid bi-weekly, you can save $20. If $50 is convenient for you, do it. If $100 is convenient, no matter how little, make sure you are saving. That saving, when it gets to a point where you can then bring out a lump sum, you can then start considering other investment options. Very important from day one. If you inculcate this habit from day one, it becomes easier. From day one, make sure you are saving. Once that money accumulates to a point that you can then invest in other things, you can draw down and invest. We're going to talk about investment shortly, but I really wanted to emphasize this saving thing. Very, very important. Then, if you are working at an organization that offers retirement plans, please look into those retirement plans and make sure that you are deducting enough money that is being saved or kept or contributed towards your retirement. You need to plan for retirement. It doesn't come by just sitting down, folding your arms and expecting the best. Plan for your retirement when you can, especially from day one that you start working. There are also other retirement options or retirement plans outside of work. It's all about research, and commit to it. Don't say I don't earn enough money. Plan for your retirement. Also, think about investment options. Again, I am not a financial advisor, but think about investment options. The morning shows the day. If you start early, you get in that habit, then you are able to secure yourself. In 10 years, in 15 years, in 20 years, you are on to something. Rather than lamenting and saying, oh, I don't know where all that time went. So you have someone that is putting you through these things now. Build your financial future. Build your financial foundation. Very important. If you are a business owner, this is even more important because it requires discipline on your part. So if you don't have a paid employment that offers you retirement plans, and you are into business by yourself as an immigrant woman, or maybe as a couple with your husband, with your spouse, be sure that you're speaking to an advisor that can help you set up your retirement account. Very important. That is how you go from surviving to thriving. Once you have your retirement account, you can start thinking about college funding for your children, different options out there. But the most important thing is that you're planning for your financial future. You are building a strong foundation for your financial future. The last that I would like to talk about is finding and building a community. Very important. Information is key, and you cannot necessarily gain all that information by researching. People that have been here before you, that have been there, done that, they have information that Google would not be able to return to you in the search result. So you need to find and build your own community, a tribe of people that are willing to hold your hands, that are willing to show you the way, that are willing to share with you the mistakes that they've made along the way. In 2015, I started the Seun Akinlotan network, and not only do we talk about our finances, we talk about marriage, we talk about leadership, we talk about career advancement, we talk about business success, spiritual life, our health. It's an encompassing group. So please find and build your community of genuine people that love you, that truly want to see you thrive, people that want to move you from barely surviving to greatly thriving. Find and build that community. I know of a woman that when she newly relocated, she needed to go back to school. She was unsure of what to do. We helped her, we sat down with her, analyzed what she had, helped her to build her resume, helped her to pointed her in the direction of the jobs that she needed to apply to, prepped her for the interview, and by the time she landed the job, it was way beyond our expectation. Our original intention was to go and work at a store, and it's not like working at a store is bad, but if you already have qualifications that exceed working at the store, why not? What's stopping you? So definitely she went from surviving to thriving, and you too can as an immigrant woman. There's nothing that is holding you back. There's still a lot of things we can talk about when it comes to the immigrant woman. We can talk about work-life balance. Parenting is another big deal. I'll publish a video on parenting. Please leave me a comment. Not only will I read your comment, I'll also respond to your comments. And if you loved this video, if you found value in it, I welcome you to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications, because next week I'll be talking about the high-earning woman, how to command higher pay and respect at work. Thank you so much. Remember, you can always go from surviving to thriving if you deploy the right strategies. I'm rooting for you. Thank you.